The room is silent, but your mind, it's a storm. A whisper grows louder, a voice reminding you of every failure, every flaw, every reason you're not enough. We call it the inner critic, the relentless, invisible tyrant that shackles even the most capable minds. But what if I told you that ancient wisdom holds the key to quieting this voice for good? Not by running from it, not by fighting it, but by confronting it like a true Stoic. What if the voice isn't your enemy, but your greatest teacher? Let me take you on a journey back 2 millennia to a quiet porch in Athens where the foundations of Stoicism were laid. There, amidst the wisdom of Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, you'll uncover a way to reclaim your mind from its harshest critic. But first, let me tell you a story. Imagine a sculptor standing before a massive, uncarved block of marble. To the untrained eye, it's just a heavy, misshapen rock. But to the sculptor, it's something more. He doesn't see imperfection, he sees potential. He doesn't hear the doubts of others who say, "You'll ruin it." Instead, he listens to the whisper of what it could become. Slowly, he carves. Each strike of the chisel is deliberate. Each fragment that falls away reveals the form within. The Stoics believed that we are both the sculptor and the stone. The inner critic, it's the unrefined noise of the marble. But within the noise lies truth, waiting to be shaped into something meaningful. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The inner critic, Marcus knew, is nothing but a thought, a fragment of marble yet unpolished. And thoughts, he taught, can be shaped. To a Stoic, silencing the inner critic doesn't mean ignoring it. Suppression only makes it louder. Instead, it requires examining the voice. What does it say? Is it true? Epictetus compared this process to standing before a merchant's wares in the marketplace. He said, "Don't accept every thought that's offered to you. Inspect it first." So, when the voice whispers, "You'll fail," ask yourself, is this fact or just fear? And even if it's true, does it mean you're incapable of trying? The Stoics didn't believe in blind optimism. They believed in clarity, seeing things exactly as they are, no worse, no better. Now, here's the twist. The inner critic isn't your enemy. It's a signal. Marcus Aurelius referred to obstacles as opportunities in disguise. When your mind fixates on a perceived flaw or fear, it's pointing you toward the marble that needs carving. Instead of fearing the voice, the Stoics teach us to lean into it, to explore what lies beneath its sharp edge. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Your critic lives in the realm of imagination. It projects failures that haven't happened, amplifies mistakes that are long forgiven, and diminishes victories you've earned. But you have a choice. You can accept the raw noise of the marble, or you can carve it into something beautiful. Picture this. It's a cold morning in Rome. Marcus Aurelius sits in his chamber, quill in hand. His responsibilities as emperor weigh heavy, and the voice of doubt, no stranger to his mind, whispers, "You're not fit for this. The task is too great." But instead of succumbing, he writes, "If it is endurable, then endure it. If it is unendurable, then stop complaining. Your mind is your own." In that moment, Marcus silences his critic, not by banishing it, but by stripping it of power. He doesn't deny its existence. He simply refuses to let it dictate his actions. This is the essence of Stoic freedom, the realization that while you cannot control the presence of the voice, you can control your response to it. The Stoics used practical tools to master their inner worlds. One such tool was premeditatio malorum, the practice of anticipating challenges before they arise. By imagining the worst, they reduced its power. When the critic whispers, "You can't handle failure," the Stoic replies, "Let me imagine it, so I may see that I can." Another tool was the practice of journaling, a way to externalize thoughts. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations for an audience. He wrote them to untangle his own mind. By putting the voice on paper, it loses its sting. It becomes manageable, something separate from the self. The inner critic, for all its noise, is part of being human. But it doesn't have to be a tyrant. As the Stoics teach, it's not the voice that defines you, but how you choose to respond. With each moment of clarity, each act of courage, you chip away at the marble, revealing the masterpiece within. And when the critic returns, as it surely will, remember this: it's not there to break you. It's there to shape you. Like the sculptor with his chisel, you hold the power to transform it. Are you ready to face your inner critic the Stoic way? Subscribe to the channel and uncover more ancient wisdom for mastering your mind and transforming your life. The voice of doubt may be loud, but with the right tools, you can silence it, and in its place, discover strength. Let's carve out the masterpiece within, together.